Hi, welcome back to Mission and Ministry Sylvester. I'm really dressed in a very special move and mood, like presiding over a very special and very important situation. As it is right now, I want to show you what is next on the agenda of this today's date. It's very important to have today as Thursday. Thursday led by the Spirit of the Lord. And to see the real brokers, yes, right behind the system I've always been. So if I come out and you don't know this flesh, then it means you are not led by Spirit to know it. Because I'm indoors somewhere in my open studios trying to do what I have to do. Now, what are we trying to do now? Check on the screen. Yeah, this is Sylvester, Recipe Queen. Not a woman, not a child, not a man. I am just angel, as my channel tells you what I'm doing. They said our work should be the best fruit that we can count on. So that if I'm counting on my best fruit, this is it. If you don't find anything good with it, so you go your way. I also find my way how I was born. I wasn't born from many people's father, like kind of children being born. No, no big hole, no big road. I came just my way, how I'm supposed to be. We do not enjoy the next session of this conversation. Just stay tuned. Now we're looking at the very perfect area and special time to deliver a very good word. Now, works that demand understanding, spirit, and consciousness. Is it without disturbance? We don't need anybody. I never raised a child because the Lord has given maybe just a single seed. Now we have maybe 9 billion people on earth, and you are trying to tell me that I gave birth to them. Would you say that the Lord who gave me the prophecy to give birth to a son has now witnessed an overflow and I don't have a single child living with myself? I don't think so. Now, this is the main topic. Even though this topic is not the main on my channel, but I just wanted you to know that how we support other channels is because of what? Holiness, connection to spirituality, all of that. Now, we were asking, what's next? No Pope elect. It's very important to talk about it. I even prepared what I needed to talk about as a breakfast or BF for my what? My channel today. But I've decided that I'll be indoors, keeping some other things working. So that on my channel, I find whatever I wish that the Lord, if there be any creator, that he can surprise me with that I'm doing already. So that I'm surprised to see what I'm doing. And the Lord will be surprised to know who I am. That what he predestined to be a heavenly person or a new heaven, that's what we're doing. We are not in heaven. We are in the new heavens. So that right on this earth, I'm not saying that somebody should help me speak or say something. I got a tongue. Every other language I can switch to, I want to, I can do that. This can only happen on Mission Administration Sylvester and Spiritual Events Holies, also on many other channels I can stream. I even asked what on Spirit Holy Virgin's Heavens on this very channel. Now, very unique or special to talk about some specific numbers that I display on the screen, like having 1, which is first. So first, if you go with somebody, why they couldn't select for number 1 day or first number, as the one that is 1 is greater than anybody to be given. And the very day, which was Wednesday, could not appoint a saint because they are all not holy. The only person that can be holy is Sunday. And then the Tuesday, they are the only holy people, or the Saturday. But above all is what? The great one myself. So that if first day count on Wednesday, now you see them to be lying. Because you cannot. As the saint is the one with the word, and nobody could elect anybody on this very day to say you are first or to be counting number 1. So that nobody can count 1. Even up to the 7th generation, I'm saying, who is next? Nobody, just go close. So we say what? No Pope elect. What a surprise. And to see these other numbers, are we going to delve into these numbers because it's very, very important. As the number 34 and then 21 also showing. Now let's take a look quickly. Look at the time difference. I finished this thing around 15:25 p.m. and I'm now streaming live at this time. I've always been ahead, prepared something ahead of time. Now we have just one word, just one thing to talk about when we consider what the Lord could be talking about. Now let's take a look at what we're saying. What happens if no Pope elect? What happens? How many times? Let's find out. Now the details. These are the main details. That I cannot have millions of people talking in one person if I'm the one working. So that they won't deceive themselves as though they were called to do this. Nobody has ever been in my position to ever work. So it's better you know that an angel is an angel. We don't want to know what an angel is, but it's saying that the fruit of them shall be made known, or their voice, as even nobody on this earth could ascend or descend without the voice of archangel. The Bible even made it clear to us that he who comes to do the work of the Lord comes with the voice of an archangel. So you cannot operate without the angel. That's the way of what? The Lord, therefore, what he has really appointed. So it says here very critical that if a papal conclave falls or fails to elect a pope on the first few ballots, what happens? Cardinals will continue voting up to 34 times, which is what? The number of times they could try. There are pauses for prayer. It means that there are pauses that they may eat. They may have something to eat or communicate something else. That doesn't mean that it's going to be something that continues without a system controlling them. It's a spiritual thing. But they don't tell you what you have to do. But this will only be what defines the action. So there are what? There are what? Pauses for prayer and reflection. After what? After certain numbers of unsuccessful votes. So nobody can operate on my channel, whereas I'm a living young one with the excellence of the Spirit. Excellence of the Spirit. As we have no idol worshiping yet, that you on the first day, if I be the first, as they told you, January or 1988 or 10,000 of saints, he that is first is right here. I'm the one broadcasting. Nobody could qualify on the very first day or first time you want to say you have arranged that if the Lord be with you. Whether it's Satan, devil, or God, nobody. I said I'm on it. None of them. Because they said by their fruit you shall know them. So if by my fruit you are unable to elect on first day, it means that you are not up to the level. You are not up to that very level. It means you have what? What I mentioned to be what? Corruption and many other things is why you can't be given this. Because he that is what? One. You cannot take his place. For the Lord indeed, when he's on earth, you cannot take his place. That is if 7th generation is on earth. You cannot take his place. No matter what your money or what power you have, it couldn't happen. And that it says that if yet no pope is elected after 21 consecutive times of votes, listen very well. This vote we are talking about is just to talk about not what you think in election. But the Bible actually mentioned what? His own very own elect. So to talk of election, there a time we can talk about electing somebody. That's why it's in the Bible. Not in your constitution, wherever you think is politics. There is no politics. But the rule and things that made it is policies. That's why they call it politics. But we are not doing politics of the world. We are not doing any dirty things here. We are talking about what? What is in the kingdom. So this is what we completely saying that it cannot fail. When truly the Lord that is love is the one ruling. So we'll be very strict and short on this conversation, yet we won't reduce height. Because the spirit cannot be reduced to what you think. If you want the spirit to fail, then you have already in advance failed. So here we're saying that we see the number first. Here it is, first. And then we see the number 21. And then we also see the number 34. So look at that. We've mentioned all of that. How did we get the number 1? It means what? Let's conclude so that I get back to that one. So it says what? A final pause occurs. That is what? When the 21 or 21st sound. You know, even this 21 is already in 21st century. So that this one described the very era. And then when I was 34, that was when all these things should have taken place. Because the number and code, that is the 7th generation. It means that this person have over-enjoyed and lived a life extra. Not from their works. It's because somebody came what? Praying and keeping the law. He would have gone long time, 34. That 34, they have already been expired. And that's why you know, if you go look into this very number would even tell you when he has started on some of these challenges, where maybe going somewhere. If you know who I'm talking about, that's it. And now what happens is that after which the cardinal or the cardinals can only choose between the two candidates who receive the most votes in the previous round. Now I'm going to take it again so that you know what number 1 means. It says what? This is live taken on internet, so you cannot tell me that I've fought something. I'm not even telling you that numbers, angels understand very well. So it said that if a purple, so to say this will go with paper. This one go with paper. This one also with a name called Papi. All these are original name of a god or somebody. Or a force that is what? Connected to the nature itself and creator of heavens. So it's if a purple conclave, you know what a conclave is? fails to elect a pope on the first few ballots. So this way we got the number one. First, this is the first few ballots. So it means that they were not qualified to be on that very ballot. It means that they reserved for one or highest is in this country GH. That is why it's for the saints themselves. Yes, it's for the saints themselves. And then it says cardinals will continue voting. It means they'll continue agreeing or disagreeing. Up to what? Up to 34 good times. Up to what? 34 times. So we got the number 34 also in it. And that when you add 3 plus 4 is 7. So even up to myself, we are telling you what it is. Now you can do it. Like I told you in a few hours ago, yesterday, I told you what it is. And then it says, there are what? Pauses for prayer and reflections. After what? After a certain number of unsuccessful what? Agreeing and disagreeing. That is in the spirit and by the spirit in the flesh, physically. That if there continues to be no what? No pope or hope, no hope. It means that when there's no hope in doing what they are doing as trials, testing their faith. So this is where they are saying what? They are testing their faith. They are who carries the more faith or strength or spirit. Who has the Lord or the Spirit agree with? This is where we are, so that you don't consider what you know. That is what? That if it's not elected after 21 times again, then a final pause occurs. After which the cardinals can only now choose what? Between the two candidates who receive the most agreement and disagreement. And that's what I pray in the previous round. Thank you very much. This is where I end it. Yes. So the Papa Conclave 2025 live update is like you want to say it is. If you can see myself on the screen, and then who probably made it. Here it is. Every number here on the screen is very important and plays a very great role as is very important, crucial role. So to see myself that always in the light, they don't want to see what color it is in the light. Now I can show you that in the secret of the Lord, in the secret place, I am showing you my bold face. This is my bold face, Sylvester Kwesibe Queen. The Lord decides how you should say me all the time. How do you expect that he that is dressed in the most beauty and then can put on the cord or whatever, you want to say that is one that you want to say has lost battle? Where can you stand before me when it comes to battle? Even in the first place, I said it will happen. Because where the Lord showed me reality, it takes place. That I talk about even the birds on that. Thank you very much. We'll end here right now. And because of me, you've gotten the word Vatican and the name of the God that is called Vatican. And where you now know the prophecy where it's coming from. And then the foreseen or the proceed. This is what it is. Thank you very much. We'll end the broadcast here, and I'll bring you another person of this word where we have titled it Breakfast. You will not have it. Thank you. Because I've not eaten, so I can tell you when to take breakfast. That's when it's right toward broadcast. Yet you can make good to it, and your times like this. Thank you very much. We end the broadcast right here.